everyone, another day, another anime review. Here at Japanese Anime Mania, or JAM, we do our best to overanalyze and pick apart our anime pick of the week. I'm your host Hunter, and let's see what's on our plate. Time travel is a finicky subject matter, as at some points it can either become really good source material like in Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, or very bad source material as in the Terminator sequels like Genesis and Salvation. But there are some points when time travel is used at such a good way that people are just like, and that's how I felt when I watched this show. I watched it in an entire car ride up to North Carolina, and it was just like, I can't stop. I just couldn't put it down because I needed to know what was going to happen due to the elements of time travel and the compelling story that sold it for me. But what kind of time travel are we talking about? Are we talking about with like a car or a musical time box? No, of course not. It's a microwave. You know how they figured it out? They nuked a banana, and it was green. So everyone, today we will review Steins Gate. Let's go. There are many ways for anime to get on the big screen, such as, through video games or manga or light novels, and Steins Gate came through the way of video games. First premiering on the 360 and then later on PC, coming to Steam eventually. And heck, I even have the one on the PS3. Maybe we can play it on the channel, I don't know. The game was originally published by 5PB, and it's just phenomenal on how it manages to work its story into not only the click and point adventure as well as the multiple route ending due to time travel. With that, it's able to make a compelling story. Enter our main character Rentaro Okabe, who is the self-proclaimed mad scientist and the founder of the Future Gadget Laboratory. He is joined by his friend Mayuri, the only girl in the group at the very beginning of the show, and Daru, who is the typical fat slob nerd of the group. We begin our story in Akihabara on July 28, 2010, when Okabe and his friend Mayuri head towards the Radio Kaikan building for a conference where they were going to talk about the implications of time travel. After Okabe walks out of it, being utterly pissed that the guy was completely wrong about it, he finds Makase Kurisu lying in a pool of blood. Being promptly freaked out, he quickly sends a text message to his friend Daru when suddenly a strange phenomenon happens and the people around him disappear, if no one else noticing anything had changed. Now, of course, being freaked out, Okabe's like, okay, you guys didn't see anything? And they're like, no, not at all. So him and Daru head back to the building and find that Makase is clearly alive for some reason. Okabe quickly reaches for the phone and is like, when did I send you the text message? It turns out that Okabe sent it a week ago, meaning that Okabe's text went through time. After talking to Makase about this issue, she gets curious herself and they join in to find out how the hell this happened. It was by means of a microwave. By throwing a banana into the microwave, they figured out that it was able to bypass and travel through time. Who knows exactly the correct science for it, but Daru just happened to figure it out. Okabe and his friend Sue learned that CERN, that's S-E-R-N, not C-E-R-N, an organization that has been researching time travel for some time, has succeeded in sending humans into the past, although this has resulted in gooey messes of bones. Once they figure out that they can just send text messages and not people, Rentaro begins experimenting with D-mails because of DeLorean. Back to the future? Okay, but what will these D-mails do to the future, or even the past? Will it change everything? And who will be at risk in the future? The friend group eventually expands to also include Ruka, who is a friend of Okabe's, and by the way, as Okabe always says, he's a dude. They're also joined in by Ferris Nyan, who works the maid cafe that Maruri works at, and Suzuha Amane, who is a part-time worker for the landlord of Okabe's apartment and is on the search for her father in Akihabara. Steins Gate is brought to you by Studio White Fox, who also worked on Yoramangan, The Devil's a Part-Timer, and Akame ga Kill, which, if you've watched anime within the past couple of years, you would know these shows to be full of action, as well as a deep storyline. Now, I will admit, Steins Gate doesn't have much in terms of action at the very beginning. Granted, I will admit, the first couple episodes are really slow, But once you get past episode 6, you're able to go 20 episodes from then on with just pure adrenaline rush, needing to find out the truth behind the whole CERN situation. In terms of music, good grief, a bunch of their songs, especially the opening and closing, as well as the Gates of Steiner original soundtrack, really sells the whole show for you because due to its combination of strings and quick accelerated vibe, it'll get you on the edge of your seat as well as hoping that the true ending comes out to be. Now, I know I've been giving a lot of buy ratings to the last couple of episodes, but again, this falls into the same thing. And so Steins Gate, of course, gets a buy rating from me. Just because, again, it's one of those shows that knows how to work with time travel correctly and not screw the whole thing up. Steins Gate is licensed by Funimation and is currently streamable on Hulu. For an ultimate recommendation, I can give you Erased. Now, Erased just finished, and I know a lot of people are all talking about it, and I just started watching it, and I can see a lot of similarities between the two, especially dealing with time travel, and not having to worry about that these timelines are going to be all screwed up, or it's going to be a convoluted story, but manages to just make it to where we are trying to save someone in need. And that's what Steins Gate and Erased have in common, saving a certain someone who needs their help. Erased is licensed by Funimation as well as Aniplex of America and is currently streaming on Crunchyroll. For another ultimate recommendation, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time fits this thing perfectly. Again, saving people and messing with timelines can lead to a great story, and in this case, it's just an hour and a half long movie, and I do know that it's being re-released on Blu-ray, so be on the lookout for that. The Girl Who Leapt Through Time is licensed by Funimation, and it's not streamable at the moment, but as I just mentioned, it is about to be re-released on Blu-ray, so again, be on the lookout for that because I will say it is one of the best anime movies I have ever seen. As well as being directed by Mamoru Hosoda, you are going to be definitely in for a ride of a lifetime due to story as well as animation. That's it for today, and thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Here at Dynamic Duo, Chris and I also do video games and Let's Plays. I mean, like that's not a thing here on the internet. But if you do want to see that, then go ahead and click down below for more of that. We also have social media, so we have our Twitter, our Facebook, and our Tumblr. That's all in the link down below if you want to hear us rant and rave about the newest gaming trends or what have you. So again, that's it, and thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.